listening to The Marc Cox Show. Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox.
3 weeks before he leaves office, he's going to offer a comprehensive plan for Middle East peace. Give me a break. Come on. I mean, go away. You're done.
Some comments prior to John Kerry's speech today, which he was. I don't know if he planned it at the last minute or he planned it in reaction to the fallout over this Security Council vote. Fox News Channel's Rich Edson is joining us now from the State Department. Rich, how are you?
Hey, good. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing well. Thanks for giving us a few minutes this afternoon. Boy, John Kerry can give a long speech when he wants to, can he?
Yeah, it was pretty long, but not very un-John Kerry-like, right?
Right.
Giving
right.
a long, specific, detailed speech.
Yeah, he seemed to go to great lengths to try to claim that the United States had nothing to do with this resolution, but I played a bite a minute ago where he basically explained, somebody else introduced it, we kind of suggested that if you make these changes, it might be something we could not vote against.
Yeah, and if you look at the Secretary of State's language, that we weren't involved in the drafting, we weren't involved of scheduling, and that this really was an Egyptian Palestinian effort. However, John Kerry also goes on to say is, look, we've warned Israel, according to John Kerry, before that the issue of settlements was a problem, and if any type of resolution could come up in the Security Council, which it did on Friday, that possibly this action would happen. And we've been hearing that potentially this was going to happen the day before. Egypt ended up scrapping that resolution last Thursday, but then on Friday they brought it back up, and the U.S. Took this step to abstain and let it go through.
Wow. I'm just starting to look forward as to what problems this poses for the incoming State Department.
Yeah, and what it does is, in order to reverse this resolution, you have to pass another resolution, but that requires other permanent members of the UN Security Council to do what it was that the United States did, and we don't expect that to happen. So this is you see now with the incoming Trump administration strongly stating its policy preferences, but still with 3 weeks to go in the Obama administration, how much foreign policy is going to change in just 3 weeks?
Yeah, it makes you wonder really what the purpose of the speech was today, other than for John Kerry to kind of lay out his manifesto 3 weeks before leaving office.
Yeah, and some have questioned the timing on this, especially given the fact they are leaving office in 3.5 weeks. And that really begs the question, what was the motivation behind this? Why wouldn't you lay this out earlier? And I think a lot of it has to do really, given the amount of time that the Secretary of State spent defending the U.S. action and the abstaining from the vote on Friday, to let this Security Council resolution go through, it was a direct response to that criticism. He used a quote from President Ronald Reagan saying that the U.S. has always opposed larger settlement building in certain situations, and that this was just a continuation of U.S. policy, and that the United States remains Israel's greatest friend and has been a great ally. The Obama administration has been a great ally to Israel, and the idea that we have confirmed our longstanding policy is somehow runs counter to the way that we have acted before is ridiculous. And he also goes on and says that the right-wing extremism of the Netanyahu coalition is what's now pushing the possibility for a two-state solution where a Palestinian government and an Israeli government can live side by side in peace is going out the window in part because of what Netanyahu's doing.
Wow. I mean, you've covered this for a long time. We're talking to Rich Edson from the Fox News Channel. I mean, how unusual is that kind of language for a Secretary of State who's about to leave office? I mean, he didn't talk that badly about the Iranians when he was trying to negotiate a deal with them. Hello? Did we lose Rich?
I think we did.
Hello? The NSA must have cut us off. They didn't want us talking to Rich Edson from the Fox News Channel. Clearly, we've lost our phone conversation with Rich there. I apologize for that. But honestly, he referred to Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet as the most right-wing leadership in the history of Israel. So he gets political with our biggest ally, and I don't remember him being that nasty with the Iranians when he was negotiating this deal on nuclear weapons with the Iranians. And then, that's a state sponsor of terrorism. So there's just several things about this that have not sat well with me today. And you heard Rich talking about that. I wanted to pick his brain over that since he's been covering them for so long. One other thing I wanted you to hear. Kerry mentioned one thing that I think bears listening to. Just to get an idea where the two sides stand on this. And it's when he started talking about the fact that very soon the Israelis will celebrate their 70th anniversary as a country. So let's go to cut number 8, Liz. Thank you.
When Israel celebrates its 70th anniversary in 2018, the Palestinians will mark a very different anniversary. 70 years since what they call the Nakba, or catastrophe. Next year will also mark 50 years since the end of the Six-Day War, when Israel again fought for its survival. And Palestinians will again mark just the opposite, 50 years of military occupation. Both sides have accepted UN Security Council Resolution 242, which called for the withdrawal of Israel from territory that it occupied in 1967 in return for peace and secure borders as the basis for ending the conflict.
Which they've never received, bear that in mind, because the Palestinian Authority continues to slip money and fund Hamas, which has vowed to destroy Israel. That's what John Kerry didn't say. That's why I think this is interesting. When the Israeli state celebrates the 70th year of its founding, the Palestinians will celebrate a very different anniversary, the Nakba. Did you hear him refer to that? The catastrophe. They view the formation of the Jewish state as a catastrophic event. And there are members of their militias who will never be satisfied until Israel's wiped off the map. If Canada took that stance toward us, or Mexico took that stance toward us, would the U.S. just be happy with drawing the border and singing Kumbaya with them? No. Yet we expect the Jews to do that. It's crazy. It's just crazy talk is what it is.